Ms. Joan Pereira, we can take our 3 cuts together.
Sir, Singapore had benefited from the assistance provided by international organizations and foreign countries in our early years of development. The UNDP, for example, gave us invaluable advice on the formulation of Singapore's economic development strategy, without which Singapore would not be the success we are today. In 1992, the Singapore Cooperation Programme, or SCP, was established as the main platform for Singapore to give back to the international community through training programs for foreign government officials from fellow developing countries. The SCP's focus on human resource development reflects our belief that a country's most valuable asset is our human capital. Last year, the World Bank ranked Singapore as the best country for developing human capital. World Bank Group President Jim Yong Kim said that policies that build human capital are some of the smartest investments that countries can make to boost long-term inclusive economic growth. How has the SCP, with its focus on developing human capital, helped Singapore to build our international network and standing? Would the Minister share examples and details of programs and the impact of these on the relationships between Singapore and the foreign countries involved? Were there any subsequent projects of mutual collaboration, and how have these been beneficial to both Singapore and the partner countries? Second cut. Singaporeans are among the most well-travelled in the world. They make more than 20 million trips overseas every year, including overland journeys to Malaysia and venture beyond. The increasing number of trips to destinations further afield, such as Iceland, South America and Africa, in addition to perennial attractions such as Japan, South Korea and Europe, shows how strong our collective wanderlust is. Given the increasing uncertainty around the world, Singaporeans who travel often or have family and close friends living abroad would naturally be concerned whenever there is another natural disaster or terrorist attack in the news. Last year, there were a few major natural disasters, political riots and traffic accidents overseas, where Singaporeans found themselves caught in. If caught in a major crisis or emergency abroad, our citizens located all around the globe would require more assistance and support from the government. The complexity of cases may also increase. At the same time, public expectations of the quality and speed of assistance service have increased. I understand that MFA has over 50 overseas missions worldwide. I would therefore like to know what measures are being taken by MFA to address the needs and expectations of our travelling citizens. What travel advice should Singaporeans take note of, especially those who travel to places where consular support is not so accessible? Last, what is the role of our missions overseas in strengthening ties with Singaporeans living or working there? Third cut. Our people's confidence and support are crucial to the success of Singapore's foreign policies, especially in the proliferation of misinformation and disinformation in this digital age. Technology, which allows information to reach us almost instantaneously, can also deliver distorted and even false information. Disinformation campaigns by countries, big and small, are a relatively low-cost means to undermine the will and resolve of other nations that they have disagreements with. Singapore is not immune. We are one of the most interconnected countries and one of the most diverse nations on earth. Countries that have differing constituencies and demographic compositions are particularly susceptible to such influence, which can set up contention against one another. MFA requires the strong support of a united citizenry to carry out its work effectively. It is thus very important for us to ensure that Singaporeans understand the fundamental principles of our foreign policy so that they are able to exercise good judgment and not take in information at face value. I understand that MFA is expanding its foreign policy outreach to the Singapore public, especially the younger generation and students, to help them better understand Singapore's foreign policy. Would MFA please provide an update on these outreach efforts? Thank you.